Hey, Lukey, welcome.
I get an introduction.
Well, usually I read out what their accolades are. I'm like, Grammy winning, like,
right.
First time.
Mine are nothing. Why am I even on this podcast?
No. Okay. So
Lucas.
Just Lucas of Tinx and Lucas fame.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome to the pod.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you for stepping in because I had trouble.
You're right. Substitute guest.
But I think we're long overdue. You're a big character in my life. And actually, to be real with you guys, I feel like I used to share so much of my life with the characters and like who was in it. And then I pulled way back and I want to kind of get more into sharing the people that I spend all my time with again. So
yeah, you should.
This is part of it. And I think it's good to say that we're on a big journey with our DJing.
Yeah.
And this is part of it. I think it will help if we're explaining it together. So I want people to get to know you.
Love it.
I want to use you to beam funniness and coolness back to me, like so that people get to know me through you.
Okay.
And I want to tell them about our DJing.
I love it. Where do we start on the journey?
I don't know. Do you think we should start with our why we started DJing, or we could do some questions? I think we should do some questions to warm up.
All right, I like it.
And they're going to be all in random order. They're not organized. These are from the AMA from today.
These are people's questions.
Okay, this is a good one. How is working dynamic as friends? I was really worried about this because I don't like to work with my friends. Like, I think you can become friends with the people you work with, but I have always found, like, anytime you try to take it, when you're little and you're like, ooh, let's start like a friendship making bracelet. And then you start to like work with your friend and then it like all goes to shit or whatever. I was really worried about it. But I think on the whole, since the peace treaty that we had, we've been really good.
True.
Yeah.
We've had some fights.
We've had some fights for sure.
Yeah.
But we fight regularly.
I think also like we know each other so well that like if we're fighting or there's a problem, like we know how to like circumvent it or like fix it.
Yeah.
Like an example fight.
Coachella one.
Coachella fight.
You say, because I don't even remember what happened with that fight.
Okay.
Oh, I know.
What perspective do you want? I guess my perspective.
No. Tell the truth.
My perspective on the fight was you were really busy. You had a lot of things going on. You were like ultra booked. And then we also like psychotically, we were still new to DJing and we were like, let's do 7 DJ sets at Coachella, which was like an insane thing to do.
Yeah.
We still were like learning how to DJ, you know, and like figuring it all out. I think the stress of everything, to be fair, I think we were DJing together and I think like, I don't know, like you did something like filter thing wrong and I like pointed it out or like, I'll take some onus and like, maybe I should have been more mindful and respectful of like you DJing, but you got upset with me. And then you really held it for a while. Like you were really upset.
I know.
Yeah, it was mid DJ set. You're like, okay, fine. Like I'm not gonna do anything then. I was like, what? And then you're a bit upset. I was expecting the next morning. I remember waking up being like, is she still gonna be mad at me and like hold this whole thing, or are we gonna move past this?
Yeah.
Come to pick you up for Coachella. Instantaneously, you're holding on to it. You're not moving past it at all. And we get in the car and we're picking up my other friend who you've met him before, but like briefly, and he's coming to Coachella with us. And he gets in the back of the car, realizes we're fighting. He puts on headphones and like watches like a Netflix show because he's like, I'm not dealing with this shit, which I totally respect that. And we're driving for a bit. It's kind of awkward silence. You're still mad at me. And I do like, again, this is an example of like knowing you swell. I was like, okay, to get out of this, I just got to like break you.
Yeah.
I just got to like make you laugh. I got to like figure out a joke to make you laugh. And I can't remember exactly what the joke was or something, or some joke I made. And then you like finally laughed. You finally like got, the second you laughed, you snapped out of it and we could like move past it.
Yeah.
And then like talk about it. But that's like knowing each other well and being like, get out of like the fights.
Yeah, it's so true. We fight. I think on the whole, we fight really well. I think we work really well. I think... Yeah, Lucas is very patient, and we'll get into this, but like he literally taught me how to DJ, and that's hard. I don't know why people make fun of DJs for being unintelligent, because it's genuinely very difficult, and it's very technical, and I'm not a technical person. I'm a like broad strokes, like messy person, so that part is hard for me. I would say the good thing is that we're both very ambitious and we're really aligned on what we want, and we're both really hardworking. And I think we're both self-aware and we know what we bring to the table. Like, I'm not the best DJ. That one of the questions on here is, can Tinx actually DJ?
Good question.
Good question. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Good question.
But like, I think we're both really self-aware. Lucas is 100x better than me at DJing and knows way more about music than me. And obviously I have a platform and I'm good at like angling and knowing what people want. And like, you know, I bring that side of things and whatever. So I would say it's overall been really fun. Like,
yeah, no, totally.
I think back to our first sessions, guys, we used to go to this place like in Silver Lake, which is a dungeon, and it was so weird. And I'll tell you why I liked it, because as an adult, you very rarely learn something new, like in a really professional way. And it kind of felt like practice, like when you were a kid and you would stay after school for like doing a play in theater or learning a sport or whatever, and you would have practice, and it was like an after school activity. And because we would go like once or twice a week and spend 2-3 hours there, it really felt like that. And I loved that feeling. I really enjoy. I have only fond memories from that.
No, it was really fun.
It was good.
I also think like it's, you know, working with a friend, and I know it's obviously there's a work component to it, but we did this whole project for fun. And like, that's the only expectations are like how fun we can have. And it's like tentpole days for like our social calendar of doing things. And obviously like, we're excited to see where it goes, but I think the fact that it's driven by fun has allowed us to like be more like free and open about it. So it's like it's hard to like be that stressed. And you're right, totally. our strengths and weaknesses are very complementary to like this whole thing. Like I mean, I don't know. I have like 4 Instagram photos. I barely know how to like post on Instagram.
Yeah.
I even ask you sometimes.
I know. I love when you ask me. He'll sometimes send me a screen recording of his photo dumps before he posts them. It's very cute. Okay, yeah. So can I DJ? Tell the truth.
No, you can DJ.
I can DJ.
No, you're good at DJing.
Yeah.
If anything, you need like I always want you to have more confidence in how good you can DJ.
Yeah.
Because you really can.
Yeah.
Like Tinx can fully DJ.
I'll
You're
say
really
this.
good at it.
In the beginning, I couldn't. I'm gonna personally apologize to everybody who came to our Jade Room set. I could not DJ at that point in time.
But even though you weren't that great, like I made all the mess ups. Like
like,
true. You know, like if anything, if every like fuck up we've ever had DJing has 1000% been my fault.
But that's because you do more of it.
Yeah,
so it's just a law of averages. It's like you just do more of it. Like I'm more cautious, and also I just like I never want to mess it up. So.
No, you do great. You're really, if anything, like you're really good at DJing. Tinx can 100% DJ, and I think just gaining more and more confidence, which comes from like just doing it more, and the more reps we get and do, you're going to get better and better at it. And but no, you're talented at it. You have like you love music. Like
I love
anyone
music.
That wants to DJ, if you love music and you're like passionate about it, and you like understand like generally like a beat, you can DJ.
And it's so crazy because a lot of people don't know that. Well, one of the questions is, how did you guys meet? And we met at a party in San Francisco. And I swear on everything that is holy to me, the first thing that I said to Lucas was, are you a DJ? We were at this place called The Battery, which is kind of like a Soho house. And he like had long hair and he looked really cool. And no one in San Francisco was like that swaggy. So I was like, whoa. And our relationship for many years was a lot around music. Like that's, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like Lucas was in a DJ duo at the time. That wasn't his main job, but he was in this DJ duo called Cherry Beach. And I was obsessed with that. I thought it was the coolest thing. And Lucas would like send me SoundCloud songs. And that was like a huge part of how we became close friends.
Foundation, like sending new music and sharing it and all of that.
Yeah.
Even into it now, like today, like, I mean, we used to go like hiking up in Malibu or whatever. It'd be like, let's go listen to like new music and stuff that we both discovered and sharing it back and forth.
Yeah. I do have a confession to make, and I'm ready to share this. And I feel like I didn't really share anything that good during the trend of TikTok, when people were like, oh, you know, since we're all going to die, here's one more thing. I just did one about Diplo, but I didn't really give anything away. I'll share a confession. Lucas is the mastermind behind Disco Margaritas.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's real. Wow. Okay. I'll be real with you guys. Lucas
hasn't been updated in like 2 years.
It hasn't been, but people still listen to it.
Really?
Lucas made Mango Tea. Lucas made Crying About Boys. Lucas made all of those. Okay.
You had, I mean, you still like decided what song.
No. We helped.
A lot of the songs were
but a lot of the songs were
a lot
Lucas.
of the curation of this playlist was,
And it was also Lucas's idea. I want to give him credit for that, because when I was blowing up on TikTok, you were like, you should make.
I actually don't remember that.
You should make, like it was on one of our hikes. We had so many good ideas in those hikes. It was the best.
You got to bring them back.
What's online dating like from your perspective?
I'm on dating apps.
Guys, he's never had a dating app. Isn't that crazy? So how do you meet girls? Lucas is old school. He meets them in the wild.
I say hi.
Yeah.
I literally say hi.
Yeah.
I mean, you know this.
Yeah.
I would say hi to like an elephant if I thought like
if you thought the elephant was hot.
Yeah,
literally.
if I thought there'd be a connection there, like in the wild, I'd be like, I gotta go say hi. Or like a snake, like a poisonous snake. I'd be like, I gotta go talk to that snake.
No, literally, guys, he lives the summer of outside lifestyle in a way that is so inspiring to me. But is also, I think that like a lot of women wish that more guys would do this. He says hi in the most respectful, chill way, just like in a way to just start the conversation, and it's so nice. I think I'm so
I feel like you have. I mean, I don't know how many men watch this podcast, but
some.
Really? Okay,
yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
I think you have to. My advice to guys is like, please, like go up and approach women respectfully, and it's like it's great because I think it's such a better way to like establish a connection. For me also, I think before I go on a date with somebody or go spend time with them, like I think you can read like a little bit of energy within a very short period of time. Like literally 15 seconds of an interaction, you can be like, are we going to enjoy like getting a drink together or having dinner? Right. So it's a good like filtration for that. And I don't know, I think for anyone that's getting approached, as long as you're respectful doing it, it's like such a great compliment. Like if someone or somebody ever like comes up to you or like you anytime you're approached, I'm sure you're like, whether you're interested in the person or not,
you're kind.
You feel so good afterwards. You're like, oh, what a nice compliment to get. Yeah. So like say hi to women, be respectful. I think you get way better dates out of it.
Totally.
And I think we need to normalize that more.
Yeah. I think it's such a cop-out when guys are like, oh my God, like you can't even like say hi to a girl anymore, otherwise it's like offensive. Like I think that's such a cop-out. I think the apps have given us this terrible habit of like thinking that that's what we need and that we're all really socially awkward and whatever. And it's like nothing's changed. Like we do spend more time on our phones. Technology is ever present, but we still have bars. You still see cute people in the grocery store. You still see people at Erewhon. You know, why not just say hi?
Literally just say hi. And if anything, I think it's cool to say. I feel like people say hi more out when they're like drunk and drinking, but like doing it more in the day or at like grocery stores or wherever, like it's like it's better. I think more like fun
hot
connection.
Lady, remember at Erewhon in Silver Lake, and you were like, you left your number on a napkin for her.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
It's so cool. It's so cool. I need to do it more. Like you do inspire me, and honestly,
you should. And also normal. I think women should approach if like you see somebody you think is attractive and you like feel like there's good energy there. Just go say hi or strike a conversation.
What's like a cool thing that a girl could say? Because they always ask me like, what should I say? I don't do it nearly as much as you, but I do approach guys sometimes, and I kind of just think just saying hi or whatever.
You can really say, guys are idiots. You can say anything.
Yeah. You can just be like, hey.
You can really like say anything, and I think they'll be like they'll be so excited.
Yeah.
Like
sometimes I say like, hey, are you having fun? Because it's like it can go either way, and it's like hey, like what's up? Are you having? Yeah, because it's usually for me at an event. I've never hit on a guy in the full wild.
You've never done like a grocery store.
I'm trying to think. I don't think so.
Those are the most like fun ones. Those are the most adrenaline-inducing ones.
I know.
You know?
I know.
It's a nice kick of the heart. Keeps you alive.
Someone asked, what's the best DM slide you could get from a girl?
I feel like most girls, when they slide in the DMs. You get a lot of
DMs.
I get a decent amount.
A lot from me. Like
definitely.
Via.
For sure. Yeah, of course. I think like most of my online presence. Yeah, thank you. Most of my online presence is obviously through you. But most girls just DM hi.
Yeah.
Which I get because they're kind of like, it's just like, hey, I'm there. And then if you're interested, you'll respond.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's been anyone that like very creative. Honestly, I haven't got any like crazy creative DMs.
I think the more like kind of gimmicky, the more cringe, honestly. Like I used to be really into trying to find like a funny like opener or whatever, but I think for me now, I think hi is kind of nice because then it's just like it's the lowest stakes. The person can just like see it, and if people see your DMs, and if they are into you, they'll respond.
Yeah, I don't think a creative DM is gonna like decide whether or not someone's responding or not. I used to think that way with like texting games to like girls and things like that. Like I'd be like, okay, what do I text back or this and that, and I feel like it's such a waste of time because it's like either the person's interested or not and they want to see you and meet up, or it doesn't. Like whether you make a funny banter joke or whatever, does not matter.
I agree.
I don't know.
No, I so agree. I used to be really, really cringe about that stuff. Like I used to put such an emphasis on having a funny comeback and really, really needing like, the jokes to be there. And it's like, it's kind of a lot, you're just trying to vibe. If you like someone, you like someone. If you don't, you don't.
It's also just wasted time and energy.
100%.
It's just like, why? And I think the more that not that you shouldn't care, but like in some ways, I think the more that you don't care, the better the world works out. I think like being more open and free, not caring too much, not overthinking, not getting too like in your head about things always pans out to be a better thing.
Yeah. Someone asked, is dating for guys these days as bad as it is for girls? I'm interested to hear what you say about that. You're kind of like, I know all the comments are going to be like, she didn't let him speak. But like, I will say that I think that you are kind of like, you don't care that much. So I don't think that, give your answer, but you don't care that much. And be honest about your dating.
I think I'll actually bring it back to the first principle I said, which is that like, I'm not on dating apps. And, when I go on dates with women, I'm like, I've like met them before because I've approached them and said hi. So I don't really have that many bad dates or anything because it's like I've built enough rapport with somebody before I'm going on a date with them.
I think a lot of women find it bad because they really want to have a boyfriend, and I think you're kind of like open to if you meet someone great, but you're not desperate to have a girlfriend.
Totally. I'm not saying I'm not dating to like, I am open to a girlfriend and I am open to like relationships and stuff, but I'm also like, if a date is just like fun conversation and fun time out, like that's also great.
That's such a huge unlock. And I have stopped caring, I would say, in the past couple months. And it's made dating so much more fun again because I don't care.
Right.
And it's like,
because otherwise you're overanalyzing everything.
You're You're using it as like an interview, and it's not. And it's hard to get to that point. And I'm not diminishing people's feelings. Like if you really want a boyfriend, I've been in that place before. You've seen me many times in that place where I'm like sobbing and I'm like, all I want is a boyfriend. It happens. But when you can get back to the state of flow where you're just like, oh, I don't care if I have a boyfriend. It's the best feeling. It's so freeing.
I feel like also when you don't care, that's when like the better relationships come too.
For sure. This is an interesting one. What's something that girls think guys care about, but they actually don't? I feel like everything.
Again, like guys are idiots. Like we're just like, we don't even think that. Like I remember like through our friendship, I've learned some of these things that girls think about sometimes, even to the point of you've been like watching like a story or like I'm like, it's just so like watching a story. Like I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. Like I don't even know where I'm at. It's just like mindless, like brain melt stuff, I'm not like, there's nothing strategic about that. What was the question again? Something girls care?
Do you care if girls have plastic surgery?
No.
Some guys do though.
Some guys do.
Yeah. You're very chill. You date.
Yeah.
You date literally. You date far and wide. Everyone.
I do date far and wide.
I think we're quite similar in that sense. I think we're quite similar.
I don't really. I mean, I have a bit of a type, but I'm not like.
Yeah.
There's not like.
Okay. Everyone who knows you rolling your eyes at that part. Go on.
I have a bit of a type, but like I'm not like, oh, somebody has plastic surgery, like that's a disqualifier, or somebody does this, it's like a disqualifier. I don't have that many like disqualifiers.
I think that I don't really like when people are like that. I don't actually know too many people like that, but when a guy or a girl is like, oh, he has to be X many feet for me to date him, or if a guy is like, oh no, she needs to be blonde hair with big boobs, like that's weird to me. Then that kind of makes me feel like they're not like a very sexual or cool person. Yeah. Because if you are into like, go with me here. Like if you're into the other sex and you're like down to clown and whatever, you have a type for sure. I do too. But if you find a sexy vibe outside of your type, you're not going to pass it up.
For sure not. Or like the energy is just really great. Or like the conversation's awesome. There's good banter and just like really fun. Like you got to just like roll with it and kind of see. I think like the type thing, that's just like the I don't know.
I think that's kind of immature. When I hear someone who says, oh, this is my type only, this is the type of person I date, I'm like, you're kind of immature and you don't get laid that much.
Yeah. Or I feel like sometimes people have qualifications like what they like if a guy does X or if a girl's, I don't know. Yeah. Does like I'm really like open. I really am. I did very open minded.
No, I know what you're saying. I think that sometimes I'll go ahead and go out on a limb and say sometimes girls more will be like, oh, he didn't go to like this type of school, or oh, he doesn't have this type of job, so I'm gonna put him at like that, which isn't cool either. And I always say like, look, I get that you need, you have a certain vision for yourself, but I don't think that trying to reverse engineer into a type of relationship like that doesn't work out. You need someone who respects you, and you need someone who loves you, and you need the connection to be a level 100. And the other stuff is important, but you can't reverse engineer it.
Yeah.
Someone said we, meaning you and her, made eye contact on 6th and Bleecker this fall, and she regrets not shooting her shot.
Wow. I don't
Hit
know.
him up.
Shoot your shot.
He's at Lucas _ on Insta.
Yeah, _. Okay. I'm not cool enough to be at Lucas.
Okay, so can you tell the story of how you got your handle? Guys, when I met Lucas, he had at Lucas.
I did used to have at Lucas. I was an early adopter of Instagram somehow, given how little I use it. And then like a Brazilian hacker like took it from me. So I had an old Instagram page, and then it got hacked, and then I don't know. But anyway, when I made my return to Instagram, it was just my full name, which is Lucas Tomashow. And I thought it was pretty clear, like Tomashow is my last name.
Yeah.
Because I think even like you write your name on Instagram also. Like I think it said Tomashow. But like enough people came up to me and were like, wait, is that your last name? Or like, and I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, oh, I thought your Instagram handle was like show, like it's the Lucas Show. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, this whole time you thought I made my Instagram handle like something like this is like the Lucas Show or something. And it played into that. I was immediately like, I need to figure out a way to change this Instagram handle, even though it's just my fucking name. I'm like, what? And then we joke, I was like, yeah, I should it's the real Lucas Thomas Show.
Because you know how some cringy guys have Insta handles like that. Actually, I take back everything I just said. If a guy had a handle that was like the real like Tommy K, like I would be like, I can never date someone like that.
We said that, that's a full not.
That's a full can't do it. If a guy cares too much about Insta, full can't do it. But especially that type of handle.
If you're Bridget Carlisle official, I don't know.
No.
Just be Bridget Carlisle.
Just be Bridget Carlisle.
You know?
Yeah. You can't do it. That's so funny.
Yeah.
And that's why I always go to Lucas. I'm like, it's the Lucas Thomas Show.
I was blown away. Yeah, that's one that I was like, wow. I was like, how many other people think this? You know, like
they think you're one of those guys in LA who like wears a chain and like works in music. Oh no, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Okay. Here's a fun one. What is our dream DJ gig?
For me, it's easy. I want to DJ Scorpios and Mykonos.
Yeah.
Because they're going to bury me in Scorpios.
Yeah, that's where you're going to be buried. That's where we're going to take you.
It's going to be like a Game of Thrones, like burning boat thing. And it's going to be like a sunset DJ set. Mm-hmm. And then they're just going to burn me and shoot me off in the ocean.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
Yeah, it'll be a nice event.
So I want to do Scorpios Mykonos.
Lucas thinks it's within our reach to DJ this summer. I don't know if it is.
I might have full delusion, but I do. I really think that's going to happen somehow.
I want that too. A lot
can happen in a couple months.
A lot can happen in a couple months. Mm-hmm. When you think about what we achieved last year, it's kind of crazy.
Totally crazy. You never know. What's yours?
I would love to DJ like the Acne Studios like Fashion Week party. I would love to do like a Fashion Week party that was like in Paris, that was somewhere really cool, that was like late night, and they say you can play whatever you want, like Afro House, and we play from like 1 to 4 in the morning. That's my dream.
That'd be sick.
And it's like all the people from the industry that I look up to, like partying to my music. That would be so cool. All the people that I think, like all the models, like if Alex Consani was like dancing to music that I was playing, I would die of happiness.
Who is that?
She's like a beautiful model. She's like the it girl right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Come dance to our music.
Okay. What are Tinx's best and worst traits?
That's a good one. We'll start with your best.
Okay.
Let's do a better way to start.
That's nice.
You really invest in your friendships and people you're with. Like you really genuinely care. Like you love your friends and family and people that you're connected to so much. Like you really, really do care. And you're obviously very intelligent as well. So you can go so many levels deeper of understanding somebody and like giving them amazing advice. And I think you also like, good and bad sometimes, you take people's things on, which is great. Like you really feel, which is like, it's a beautiful thing you do that. I think very few people do. I think that's one of your best qualities.
Thank you. You
are funny.
Lucas is really funny though. Lucas.
I'm not that funny.
No.
When I'm in a mood, I go in a mood sometimes.
Well, you go in a mood sometimes. Yeah. It's the best mood ever. It's so fun.
No, but you're funny and fun. Like you have a great time in everything that you do.
Yeah.
You really do. Like you always want to have fun. You always have a great time. Like you, for the most part, make the most of some best situations. Then sometimes you also don't.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't.
Sometimes I think I think your worst quality is you get in a little bit like a hysteria sometimes.
Lauren just laughed so hard too.
Yeah, Lauren knows.
Not sometimes.
Sure.
All the time.
It's a good amount. It's a good
No,
amount of
it's
times.
a good amount of times. Yeah.
Yeah, like 70%. No,
The 70% of the times, guys, the other day, this is an example of Lucas being funny. He sent me the meme of, and he doesn't know anything about the internet, like at all. He sent me the TikTok of Kim Kardashian crying, going, when they're like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, it's great, but can you talk?" And she's crying, and he goes, "This is almost every call you make to me.
Literally every single call.
Every call I make to him, hysterical, crying." Like so emotional, so upset, need so many pep talks. Can you reframe this for me? Can you reframe this for me? Like hysterical. And I'm talking about like if the party isn't as fun as I thought it was going to be, I'm like, can you just sit with me for a second? Like hysterical. I'm so annoying. Like it's crazy. It's the hysteria. That is the worst. And the impatience.
Well,
I'm so impatient that I didn't even let you finish your answer and I answered for you.
But the impatience, the impatience that's tough for me sometimes is the hysteria impatience.
Yeah.
Because you're in a hysterical mood, you're ultra impatient.
Yeah. Oh, we got in a fight in Costa Rica because of my impatience.
Right. Yeah. It's a great example. Like your hysteria of like, oh, the food's not good. You were like, we had to get to Banana Beach for nothing. Like for no reason at all.
For no reason.
But like at this certain time and like everyone's like just doing things and you're like downstairs like, the night's ruined. The night is ruined. We're not going to get to Banana Beach in time. And I'm like, Banana Beach is fine. It's good.
Oh my God. Yeah. And then to be even more hysterical, I'll cop to it. Lucas tells me very calmly, I didn't like the way you spoke to his friend. And I was like, hysterical, go off 2 hours by myself, slamming margaritas at this bar by myself, make a big scene. Him and Ashley have to come and get me. That's annoying. People don't see that side of me. That's annoying.
Yeah.
I get that.
It's just the like hysterical
it's
little
a double-edged
fits you get
sword.
sometimes.
It's the high highs and the lows.
But I think also it equates back to like part of the best quality of yours, which you feel so much.
Yeah.
You really do. And like I think that's a beautiful thing and it's so great for like relationships and friends and stuff. But then because you feel so much, sometimes you just overfeel and you're like Banana Beach. You know,
I think
throw
that's completely accurate.
Yeah.
This is a nice question. Who is Lucas's favorite DJ?
That is a good question. I don't know. I mean, we like, it sounds basic now, but we like kind music a lot.
We do, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're a big inspiration of like the music we're listening to at the moment, the stuff we play out. But I feel like it's kind of a basic answer because they're the like hot thing on TikTok.
Yeah. Diplo's my favorite.
Diplo's your favorite?
He's
Diplo's
one of
great.
them. Now that I know how to DJ, or sort of, when we opened for him at 4th of July, and I saw him up close. I'm not to boast, but I've been behind the booth many times. I'm a booth bitch.
Yeah.
And I was obviously never concentrating on that. I was concentrating on taking selfies and being annoying behind all the different DJs. When I saw Diplo like going for it on 4th of July, I was like, that is such a level of talent.
Yeah.
It is just pure talent. Like he's so, like the things that he does are so intuitive and above what I can do and what I'll ever be able to do is crazy.
No, you'll be able to. I think when you get to that level, like this thing actually becomes like a literal like instrument. Like you just you like move it. Like it becomes like it's like an appendix of yours. You're just like
I feel like we're missing someone. Who else do we really, really like who we think is cool?
I mean, they're less known, but I like this guy, Francis Mercer.
Yeah.
He's really dope.
Yeah.
He's kind of the Afro House world. He's a good example of somebody when I saw him, when was it? Art Basel, I think. Yeah. And like this guy's like doing like 4 different like things at a time and mixing it. Like he's doing so many things. I like this guy, Chris Stussy, who's like new in the UK. He's like up and coming, but I think he's really big. He's the guy that did that song that I sent you. I was like, the song's Cracking It.
Oh,
it's a crack song.
Yeah.
We call our songs that were like, are just infectiously hits that we love immediately. We call crack songs.
Crack songs,
Like the song's got crack in it. Maybe other people say that. I don't know.
Maybe other people do. I like Tobias because I like that song Angel. I love that.
Good.
I think he's really cool.
There's like other cool up and coming people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm our favorite DJ. We're our
favorite DJs. We're the best.
Okay, I have a game for us to play. I pulled some pictures and we can describe our friendship in them.
Oh man.
Okay, ready?
Does it come on this screen or?
It's gonna come on this screen.
Okay.
You can do them in any order.
Wait, we described the photo?
Well, I'm gonna pull it up. I thought this one was the best to be first.
Oh my God.
Okay.
First of all, like anyone that let me at the house with my hair like that, What was even going on?
No, it's crazy.
I look like a stray dog. You look great.
I look great.
You look amazing.
I know.
You look amazing. You really do.
In my Hervé Leger that I rented, you guys. I rented that dress.
I look horrible. Also, to be fair, like, I was deathly sick this night.
Yeah. So
I strung it together.
You strung it together. So we met. I think we met in. Now Oscar is zooming in. You guys, this is at the Google holiday party. We had been hanging out, and Lucas,
I took you to my date.
Yeah, you took
and
me.
I was like pretty sick.
You were
I
like,
had like a fever.
You were like, "Hey, heads up! Like, I think I'm a little sick."
I was really sick.
You had like probably what was COVID or whatever, like back in the day.
I was patient
you had
zero.
Probably 103 fever. Like
legitimate.
You were so sick, and I felt so bad. And you were like, "No, I want to go." And I was like, I think I need to take you to the hospital.
No, I don't think you didn't even push it. I was just like, it was the holiday party. I didn't want to I was just like, I didn't want to disappoint. I felt really bad, and I also really wanted to like do this. You know, I wanted to like go to this holiday party with you, and then like. Yeah, I tried to pull it together. I think I was on like 50 Advils.
Yeah.
You know?
That was our first picture together ever, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an amazing one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long have we known each other? Since 2016?
That was 2016 then, yeah.
We're coming up on
a 10-year anniversary.
Almost 10 years.
Wow.
That's crazy. They say if you're an adult and you've spent more than 7 years being friends, you will be friends for a lifetime, most likely.
I love that. That's how long it takes 7 years
to lock
That's
in.
a long time.
Yeah. There's a lot of friendship turnover in adulthood.
You've had like a friend for 5 years and you've been like, I've never seen them again?
No, that's just like the science behind it. That if you stay friends with someone for 7 years in adulthood, you have a good chance that you'll know them for a while. But it's like, because think about friends you've had. I mean, you keep most of your friends. I would say I do too.
Yeah.
But there are friends that you have where you're like kind of homies with them for 2 years and then they fade out.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. That's why I'm like 7 years feels like overkill. But
well, that's the science.
That's just it. I'm not a scientist.
Yeah.
So
okay, next pick. You look a lot better here.
I do look better there, yeah. So my look improvement has happened.
This was in like the OG days of hiking club.
Yeah, what was I writing?
We were doing I'm so serious, I remember it so clearly. We were doing like a vision boarding session for ourselves.
For our DJing?
No, this was in 2020.
I was gonna say my hair's really long.
Yeah,
so
we were visioning about like the things that we wanted. We were like
really?
doing, yeah.
I love that. What a cute exercise it was.
No, guys.
That's nice.
Guys, the best. I mean, it was the best of times and the worst of times. But in 2020, the reason that Lucas and I got really close is because literally none of my friends, as they should, because it was COVID times, would see me. Because I lived alone in LA, and before I had a lot of friends here, and Lucas and I would go on a hike every single Saturday.
Yeah.
Sometimes we go twice a week too. Mm-hmm. And we would do all day. We would like go get coffee. We would go drive to Malibu. And there was so little to do that, I don't know, it was such a creative time. I feel like our conversations were so rich and we had so many good ideas and we were just constantly just riffing on everything. And then finally like Soho House opened again and we would sit and we would like do this random shit. And it was a very creative time.
I mean, that's definitely when we got the closest. Like that was like
100%.
such a like a formidable time of our like friendship.
Yeah.
And so like, yeah.
And
also there's like, you were having this like crazy rise as like suddenly becoming an influencer, which is like, you're like, oh shit, I'm making TikToks in this thing. Like I was helping build this like new company and like a lot of things are happening in my career that were exciting. And it was just like, it was a fun time of like a lot of like expansion and adventure and journey. And then like, I think it was nice to like have that time for us to like reflect and really like internalize it. It was
really like a lot of processing and I need a lot of like, I find it very helpful. I mean, Lucas is my best friend and I think he just has a great way of like synthesizing information for me I feel sometimes I'm feeling so much emotion about something and I need him to just like explain it back to me in a non-emotional way. And we did that so much then. It was just such a night. I mean, I miss it. And I know that's always fucked up when people say they miss 2020, but it was like.
I mean, you're the most nostalgic person.
I'm the most nostalgic person in the world.
The funniest thing that you used to say is like, we'd be like having these days and it'd be a fun day. And Christina would be like, I'm nostalgic for today.
I would say I'm nostalgic for today already. I would like cry. I would start crying
You'd
in the car.
Be nostalgic for
I'd be
today.
like, I'm already missing today.
What was a highlight one? What day were you most nostalgic
Definitely
for?
the margarita day.
That was a really fun day.
That was a really fun day.
That was such a fun day.
It was just like we were so in Malibu. We were peak. Like we would listen to these songs, and I'd make Lucas like blast these songs like so loud when I was driving, and it was like.
Yeah.
It was like it was so like playful because we didn't have anything else to do. So like driving in the car with a song on really loud was like the most fun you could have in COVID. But it was so fun.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
And we were discovering new parts of LA too. Like we both lived in LA for a while, but we discovered these like cool stair hikes and like new neighborhoods. Like I hadn't really gone to the east side that much, or like Beechwood Canyon became like I'd never been there. Like we went to like different areas and like different pockets of LA that now are like some of my most dear and like favorite parts of Los Angeles. Like if I have a friend visiting, I'll like show them some of the stuff that we discovered over that time.
Yeah.
So
it was a really special year. It was really crazy. Yeah. Okay. What's the next photo? That was us also matching.
It must be from the same day, maybe.
Yeah. Near the same day.
You
wore a different tank top.
I have like 7 of those tank tops.
Your tank top is literally like your wardrobe rather is Johnny Bravo, but instead of t-shirts, it's just like tank tops.
Yeah, exactly. So he's my style icon.
Any chance Lucas has to show off his arms, they're getting shown off.
They're showing off. Yep, that's it.
Okay, next pic.
I don't even know what's going on in this photo.
You have a special relationship with Vijay.
I really do. Me and Vijay have a genuine, like, I think there's like a soul connection.
No, it is. It's crazy. Like
we communicate.
No, Vijay loves Lucas. She always has. Every time he comes over, she runs over to him, even though he's deathly allergic. Even though you guys know I don't really believe in people being allergic to cats. Lucas claims he is.
I mean, like my eyes water and like my face. I'm like literally allergic. But yes. No, I love Vijay.
But you are a friend of the animals because you grew up on a farm.
Yes, you mean Vijay FaceTime?
No, you and Vijay FaceTime like a lot. I have a lot of pictures of you FaceTiming Vijay.
Yeah. No, I do. I love animals a lot. I grew up on a farm where I grew up with so many different animals.
Yeah.
There's just always animals in my house. I love animals so much. And even though I'm allergic to cats, I love cats. Like we used to have kittens and stuff growing up, like all the time, like because we do like litters of cats and things. And like, yeah. But I love Vijay. I love Miso too.
No, but you have a special
Miso's got
thing.
more attitude. Vijay and I are like, we're connected.
Yeah. That's another really fun fact about Lucas is that he grew up on a farm in Vermont in a really small town.
Yeah.
And I just love that. I think that's so cool because like that's like, it's just so rare that you meet someone in the music industry who's like cool and like connected and all this shit. And he's like literally from a farm in Vermont. Like that's so cool. I
appreciate it. No, it's fun. I'm so like, it was one of those, it was like
you
such
love
a special.
Where you grew up,
I love
though.
it. Such a special upbringing.
I think it made you who you are.
I totally agree.
You're a very capable person. I think that's like one of my favorite things about you is you're so capable. You're not like you never freak out. Like you're just someone who's so reliable and so
Thank
like
you.
sensible. And I think it's because you grew up in somewhere where it's like a practical place, you know?
I think Vermont made me very resourceful.
Yeah.
You kind of like had to be. Also, I credit my mom a lot. She made me like that because she would like give me a lot of responsibilities in these types of ways. Like I had to go like hay the field and like take care of the horses and I don't know, just like do things. So at a young age, you had a lot of responsibilities because you were literally like on a farm and had a lot of animals and people to take care of. But she also like, like gave me that like power and liberty to go like do a lot of things. Yeah. And then I think also Vermont, there's like literally nothing going on in my town. Like there's still no cell phone service to this day in this town. It's like the middle of nowhere. Like it's the definition of the boonies. And so like growing up there, I think it also like sort of made me more entrepreneurial because like you had to kind of like do things.
Yeah.
Because like either if you want to like build or create things, you had to kind of go figure it out on your own as well too. So I think that like in some ways like the isolation of Vermont also added to like the resourcefulness that I was able to develop.
You've lived 1,000 lives. Every time we go on a walk, Lucas tells me a new story. He's like, oh yeah, well after this summer I went to live in Sweden by myself, or oh I went to work for this guy who was became my mentor, and I just like randomly emailed him one day, and you literally had to do that shit yourself, and you just did it. You literally just did it. And it's like,
thank you.
It's true. It's made you really resourceful. That's probably why you are how you are. You don't take anything personally. You're always down to say hey to someone, whether it's a cute girl or it's like a person that you admire. You'll be like, oh, that's that guy from this and that. I'm going to go say hi to him. And I'm like, oh my God, that's so brave. Like I would never do that. And I think it's probably because of, growing up there.
Thank you. Oh, that's very sweet of you.
God, we came onto this podcast. We were like, let's show the real dynamic. This is the nicest we've ever been to each other.
We're never this nice.
We are never this nice.
We're never this nice.
This is so funny. This is actually hilarious, but whatever. Okay, what's the next photo? Oh, that's a good memory. us eating McDonald's in Chicago.
Oh, this is after Chicago. Yeah. Wow. Deathly hungover.
Deathly hung.
This time you were sick.
I was sick as a dog.
You were definitely sick. I was hungover. I was sitting on the fucking suitcase, like rolling around, like like riding it, like just like out of my mind, like so hungover and out of it.
You stayed out the whole night that night.
Oh my God, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I think I got like maybe an hour.
That was so sick. That was fun. I loved Chicago.
That was a really fun time. That was a great weekend.
I don't think people understand how good a hobby DJing is if you want to party and have fun and have a structure. And as we all know, I'm not ready to like settle down yet, and I still feel like I have a lot of fight left in me, and it's literally the best hobby for that.
It's the most fun
because you get to travel to all these places, meet all these cool people.
It's the best like party trick too. It's fun just like playing music. Like
no,
anyone
it's
that,
so
like,
fun.
Partying's great, but also like we also love music so much. So it's like a good party for us is like the music curation is such a big part of it. Like if you go to a party or a bar or a place and they're playing amazing music, like I feel like my night's always better. So then being able to control that's like the best.
The only bummer about being a DJ is that now when the music is bad, I'm so attuned to it. I'm so like on Halloween, remember both of the parties we went to, I was like so bugged by it and I couldn't just like get into the moment. I was like, that's a shit song. Why didn't you play this?
Or you're like, I want to DJ now.
I was like, just get out. Like, I'll do it. Like, it's just, but it's so fun.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
This is a recent one. This is, so in Costa Rica, Ashley's face, I didn't even notice that. Ashley really had a tough time that day. She was hating this. So, we've gone to Costa Rica a few times. Every time Christina gets like a boat, and so great. Usually in the past, it's been amazing boat days. And we wake up this morning. Unfortunately, we had bad weather in Costa Rica. It was like the worst weather day, particularly.
It was a monsoon.
It was a monsoon, yeah. And we were like, I guess we're still just like going on the boat. Or they like tricked us. Actually, they texted us and
they were like, it's sunny on the other side of the on the peninsula, and we're like, okay, word. Like we go, it's pouring in the car. We got on the boat. It's pouring on the boat. It's not a boat, by the way. It's a catamaran. Surprise.
Right. And it's like jostling and a lot of people were getting like seasick on it.
The girls are barfing everywhere we go.
Literally throwing up.
Hey, do you have any towels since it's really wet? No towels on the boat. We were like, okay, perfect.
Oh yeah, they didn't bring towels.
No towels.
Yeah.
It just was not good. And that was a tough day for us.
It was a tough day, but towards the end, it became like, it was so miserable that it became funny, and we like leaned into like the funniness of it. And this is when we were on the like dinghy boat back from it, and it was like starting to like really pouring rain. And
and they were like the place where they put you on the boat. It's not like Lux. It's a fish market. They're like hacking fish head off, and it was pouring.
It's pouring. There's like dead fish
like
everywhere,
fish
and
blood, and you're like,
what's
we're
going
like
on
walking
here?
through. We're like, oh my god, I'm so like it was a lot, but it was honestly one of my favorite days.
It was fun. Poor
Ashley. Okay, do we have any more? Did I pick any more?
This is me showing off as usual.
You've come across as you are such a nice, calm person.
Thank you.
You also do sometimes show off a lot. We used to do Runyon a lot.
I swear I'm not this douchey of a person.
Yeah,
I really am not.
That was in man bun era. That was really...
man bun era maybe probably...
I think the man bun activated you, yeah.
This is when the man bun like took over. I think I'm usually like a nice normal person, but then like
it took over.
It was almost like this evil like side of me and just like took over.
It's like the mask except for it's a man bun.
It's like now you got to go do pull-ups for no reason, shirtless.
Yeah. That was the merch.
OG RIP Cherry Beach.
I still have that.
I did used to DJ at another DJ duo called Cherry Beach at one point in my life in my early 20s. That's how I learned how to DJ the first time, and we made that merch. Do you still have that shirt?
Yeah. I have the other one too.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be worth a lot of money one day.
Hey, still might be. Maybe after this pod.
All right. I have some Ask Me Anythings from the email. Okay. Someone asks, this is dead ass the name of the email, the title of the email, Pig and Lucas. I saw on Instagram you were taking questions for Lucas. As a diehard Tinx girly, I have to know, does Pig, your gay bestie, get along with Lucas, your straight bestie? Are they by proxy besties? I love you.
I love Adam so much. Adam knows how much I love him.
Yeah.
I think deep down he loves me too.
He does.
No, he deep down does love me too. But Adam, I think out of anybody, especially of your friends, likes to give me the most shit.
He gives
anybody.
Lucas so much shit.
So much
like
shit.
so much like constant, and it's so funny to watch.
So like shit doesn't even like I don't think I even did anything. I think I don't know, like got an Uber too early to leave or whatever. And like I remember the next morning, like I realized he like blocked me on Instagram. He's like, oh shit, yeah, I gotta unblock you.
Yeah. It's like constant, like he'll just be like, fuck you, Lucas.
Yeah, literally. It's honestly, I'd say like 90% of the conversation towards me is usually some shit like that.
Yeah.
But I love him so much. He's the best person.
Yeah.
Nobody's more fun than Adam.
Yeah, he's the best. Did I buy you a Lucas Paw lip balm? Someone wanted to know.
You did it. My lips are chapped right now, so I keep drinking this water. And I forgot it today. I love it, and it's amazing.
It's the best. You would love Australia. We need to add Australia DJ to our manifestation list.
Good idea. I've never been.
You would love it.
I know. We gotta go.
Sick. Yeah.
Damn, we gotta book some Australia stuff.
We have to book some Australia stuff.
That'd be awesome.
Someone asks, hi, I am wanting to become a DJ but don't know what to start. What are Lucas's tips for learning?
I don't know, like YouTube.
I wonder if you could conceivably learn from YouTube.
Definitely.
I don't have that type of brain. I could never watch something. I don't know. I guess maybe I could. For me, like someone explaining it to me in like a colloquial, casual way was the only reason I was able to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's true. And I think when I went to DJ, I learned.
Who taught you?
I guess like kind of Daniel, who I did Cherry Beach with. Like we were doing the Cherry Beach thing, and I was like, maybe I'd done it before a few times, like in college. But I think I did it a few times in college, like randomly, but didn't really know what I was doing. And then like Daniel kind of taught me to do it. So I learned from somebody else as well.
Yeah.
But you can definitely learn. I think like you can buy a really cheap version of one of these for like $100. Yeah. And I think anyone that really wants to do it, just like buy the thing, look up a normal YouTube thing, and like the very, very elementary basics of like DJing are not that challenging. So I think it's also something where it's like not only the guitar, you know, like you can put like 5 hours into it and like then be like, okay, I can like kind of get a hang of it. So although it is more challenging than people realize, and I think there is like it's still hard to figure out. There's not like that crazy of a learning curve to it.
Yeah, I think that's accurate. Yeah. Like it's really hard, but it's also doable.
Totally. And the reality is like the best, the hardest part of DJing or what makes the best DJs is just picking the right music.
100%.
Like music curation is like no one cares whether, I tell Christina this all the time, but you've been learning is like no one cares like how perfect that transition was or this and that, other than like maybe 3 like DJ snobs who are watching a set. Right. But like 99% of people that are out there, it's like, are you playing the right music that's like feeling like what the crowd wants, the right energy?
I would say that was such a big turning point for us is when we started to just play what we wanted.
Yeah.
And when we started to have fun. Because I think we were so
Props to you. You're the one that you'd be like, we would some sets where like trying to figure it out and we're like, do they like it, this and that or whatever, and you'd be like, let's just play, like, what do we want to hear?
Yeah.
Let's just play what we like.
And it's like, if it's kind of like throwing a party. It's like, if you are having fun, if you set people at ease, like they'll have fun too.
Yeah.
But it's like in the beginning, we were just so shit scared. And it's crazy that was only a year ago. Like our first set was only a year ago.
It's really crazy.
And now we're like about to release some fun
things. We're putting music out. Yeah, which is super exciting.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
It's going to take it to the next level. And we already have our first gig booked this year. We're coming to Austin.
Yeah.
I think it's a private event, but we'll be in Austin DJing, and
I think there's gonna be more. There's gonna be a lot more shows. We're gonna start doing more like content around the DJing stuff.
We're gonna do a lot more content.
We're gonna make music.
We are making music. Lucas's face, guys, because he's gonna be out there.
Yeah.
Okay, someone wrote and said, "What happens when one of you gets a boyfriend or girlfriend?" That's so interesting. We've talked about that before.
Yeah.
I've had boyfriends.
You have had.
Hasn't always gone the best with you. No, look, I think look,
one time particularly, yeah.
Yeah, one time particularly bad. But one of the things I value so much about our friendship is that we can have honest conversations about it.
Yeah.
And like we agree that it's not appropriate for us to be as close, even though there's nothing flirty about our friendship. Like you just don't spend that much time with someone of the opposite sex when you're in a relationship.
Totally. And I get it. I think you and I have I think people still don't quite understand our relationship. I think it's a very unique thing.
I agree.
I know that I think a lot of people have like standard things or formulas of like what male and female relationships are and are. And I think actually ours like fits outside the bounds of that all the time.
I agree.
And it just is. And there's no way to understand it other than just but we get it. And so I think it's like I think there's challenges to that, but
it'll be sad.
I know for me, I don't think it's that sad. My hope is that like whoever your boyfriend is or whatever, that's like they're amazing and great and a great friend of mine as well too. And like the dynamic of hanging out with the two of you is awesome.
Agree.
And like it still keeps the same special aspect of us hanging out.
Yeah.
Like I imagine that whoever that is, I have a great friendship with them as well. Just like I think I value that and would be really important for me and any girlfriend I have for them to like be friends with you and understand our relationship and get that and would like fit into, you know, whatever. I think the dynamic of all of our friends, but like, I think being like understanding of that is important.
I used to get really sad thinking about like that day when we won't be able to be as close, but it's like two things. First of all, because our relationship and friendship is so special and it's outside the bounds of like what's normal for a guy and a girl to be friends, maybe that can extend to when we have partners, and it probably will, you know, like if we are able to do it this way now, why is that not, you know what I mean? Like it could be different.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of that show with there's that show on with, it didn't really do that well, but with Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne, remember?
Yeah, that
and
was,
they were like, you know, and it's like, why are you hanging out? And it's like, that will literally be us when we're like in our 40s, whatever. And then the second thing is, I forgot, but yeah, I think, I mean, I always say it's like people always bitch and moan about being single, but one of the good parts about being single is that you can like be such close friends with people, and that is so special and amazing. And I've had so many special, amazing times with you as my best friend that I wouldn't trade for anything. Like, like we always say that always like at the end of the trip when we're all like drunk and whatever, we always have that moment where we're like, we're so lucky. Like, like I don't have a boyfriend, but I have the sickest best friend ever. We get to do all this fun shit together, and it's amazing and it's fun. And I was also saying in the car, it's like, even though I'm so into female friendship and, you know, girly girl, there's something so unbelievable about a best guy friend or close male friends. It's just, it fills the void. It's amazing. It's like, it's amazing. So I don't know. I hope that I have always kind of had a secret thought of when I meet the right guy, he won't be threatened by Lucas at all, and he'll be really close friends with you.
Yeah, I hope so too.
And I think that that's kind of...
I think that is going to happen.
I think it is too.
I think it is going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel the same with whoever my partner is.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. Find us at Tinx and Lucas on SoundCloud.
Yeah, that's our only like shared social thing.
And look for us on Spotify because we're comment in hot.
Coming to Spotify.
And follow Lucas
Summer
at
bangers.
Lucas_.
You don't have to. I'm not that interesting, but if you want to. All right.
Okay, well, thanks for coming on my pod.
You're welcome.
You're the best.
I love you.
Love you. Bye, guys.